Welcome everybody to a kind of different playthrough now. I wanted to change it up. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a ranked analysis. This is a ranked match that I did. Hopefully, if I've done the video right, there should be a player camera down on the bottom left. So I hope you guys enjoy my point of view as I'm playing. And we're just really want to go through, obviously, like in ranked matches, where we can improve, where we could do this. Now, I kind of want to do this series a bit more than just the gameplay footage, because we all kind of understand that Let's Plays, just live commentaries are in abundance when it comes to Smite, and most games in general as it is. So we need to kind of mix it up, find a little bit, and I like to give out a bit of information during the videos anyway. So let's just kind of get into this ranked match, see the feel, see how everything's getting on, see if we can pick apart my technique, or obviously show a few things to other people, maybe what they can improve on. I'm not the best by all means, but I at least I have a little bit of a view, and I hope you guys kind of respect my opinion in that respect. So we're just going to kind of spectate in this match, see how everything goes. So I'm on the red team at the minute. I'm playing as Fenrir. So on my team I had Guan Yu, Ra, Ymir and Onher. And we're against a jungling 4, Athena, Apollo, Isis and Sobek. So for some reason okay, so he's late already. So I wouldn't say too good there at the minute. So it's just late. Picking up his buff. Okay, so it's pretty much standard builds out of everyone. Hopefully, no. What I was hoping for when I was coming around at this point here was I was like, save me the movement speed buff. Just save it for me. Don't hit last hit. I did ask in chat at the beginning, I believe, but didn't quite work out. So the Ra took the movement speed buff. It's a little bit crippling at the start for a jungler. I actually here was waiting to give it to Guan Yu, but Guan Yu left. So I would give Guan Yu the blue buff. I'm not too worried about the blue buff on a jungler per se. Just kind of doing that. It looks like Ymir and Athena, Ymir and Onher were trying to get the blue buff there, and then Isis obviously in the middle messing around. So we see some wards out. I don't believe that was me. No, this is the blue team's obviously got some nice jungle wards out there just to kind of see if anything coming. They're kind of on the wrong side of the map. So we can see one here and here. Now, preferably, I'd have preferred it if they'd stuck it up to about around where the cooldown buff is, and somewhere around here on this side if you're going to do it. Now, coming in for a little mid-action here. I just saw Isis was a bit low. I don't normally try and gank at level 3. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I generally check out where everybody is, and now I'm just running from 4. Did I run? Did I stay? Do you know the funny thing is, I played this game a few days ago, and I wasn't too sure. So 4 kind of run off. Now, when it comes to jungling, you should try and prioritize buff camps over little gold camps. Purely because the buff camps give more XP and gold. Now, did I manage to steal this? No, it did come back round. Yeah, well, I did get it. But here I do remember this being a bit of a mistake coming out for me. I kind of decided to stay and fight. And then Apollo comes in. Look, here comes Apollo. So beautiful, comes out and takes me down. So they had a quick rotation. I might have actually been able to kill 4, because I did get my steroid off, my 2, and managed to kind of... I would have been able to lifesteal, so I might have been able to actually get him. Fair enough, I'd have taken a hammer to the face a few times, so I need to be a little bit careful there. Let's just kind of see how they're getting on the left-hand side, pressure in the tower. So, Athena's getting whittled down a little bit. They're not kind of focusing on the tower as much as you probably should. If you can get in range of the tower, hit the tower. Just little hits here and there. Just keep hitting, just keep hitting. Just keep going for it. That's what you want to keep doing. And if they stand in front of it, you can stand outside of tower range at the moment with the way the towers are and still hit them. So it's just more of like an inconvenience. And also being an Onher, you can pin them up against the tower. So it's pretty beneficial, pretty much, to go for the towers as an Onher. And it pretty much scares anyone off from actually trying to stay in front of you. So as usual, junglers are Getting the buffs, getting the buffs. I think I stole a few of his buffs, so we'll see where I am. I was level 5 already. Let's just check the gold. So I'm 29, he's 26. So I'm 300 gold ahead. So now I've popped over. Here is, what can we say, horrible mistake. Fenrir is not kind of my main. Alright, so this is the first time I've played Fenrir in an idea for a while. So I had 5 ruins. I thought, let's see how the Ragnarok kind of comes out there. So 4 comes out with spin to win. Athena gets the taunt off, and Honor goes up, but then gets stopped by his own Ymir wall. Okay, so yeah, I tried to go for it. Thought I was a bit more tanky than I was, obviously, at level 5, so I need to kind of be a little bit careful there. And we get a lovely pin from Honor and Desert Fury into the jungler's face. So at least both junglers have been died. So it's kind of like a reset for both junglers. So Athena pulls in. Ymir takes some spikes to the face. Now Honor could probably get a few auto attacks off on there, but decides not to. The Ra's playing really aggressive. The Isis isn't doing... Oh, what a beautiful snipe. Actually, I didn't even know about this. It's lovely watching matches over and see some of the teammates pulling off some really kind of either luck skills or exceptional skills. Now, our left tower's not doing the best. Obviously, this Sobek's pushing it up quite hard. I didn't kind of rotate over and give it a hand. Obviously, I kind of saw the creep wave was coming, and the red buff was up. So I didn't want to leave the red buff up. So you see out here, I'm going straight for the red buff. Want to get that down as soon as possible, and then I'll probably come back for the gold camp. So therefore, over there as well, getting his red buff. So at least we're all kind of on the timings at the minute. Just carrying on. I'm still 300 gold ahead, obviously. Unless you kind of counter jungle a bit more. It looks like I left the gold camp. I think I wanted to kind of get up there and invade his jungle. So, is he going to go for it? No, decides to come round. No, I went for his blue buff instead. What am I doing? So, jumping over. I saw Athena was low. So, I've jumped over at the wrong side. She's used her ult to get out of there. I've taken a few hits. Did manage to get out, but 4 is going into the air. Should land that on my head. Could have duked. Should have duked. I heard it go up. It's one of them ones you hear it go, you should go. And then Anher gets taken over by a lovely rotation from Isis. So it was a 2-for-1 for them, for the blue team. So they managed to kind of pull that one off ahead. And 4 should have caught up with me now in gold. No, just a little bit behind, but obviously after this buff camp, we'll get that. And on the left-hand side, the tower has been pushed. That's it. The solo lane tower is gone, so they've got free roam pretty much. Now, Guan Yu's doing really well, actually. He's got down Sobek quite low. Probably he's got enough sustain to get another hit off. No, decides not to. Obviously, with all those auto attacks coming out from Apollo, does get a bit hairy, and you want to be kind of careful with yourself there. And there we go. Apollo's backing out. Looks like he's coming middle for an early gank. There we go. Ra just trying to get out of there and escape. Then Athena's coming in there, and now he's just going to get hit. Oh no, manages to get away. I wonder where that slow kind of come out from. Pretty much. So we've got So Beautiful coming out. Apollo going after Guan Yu. Athena going after Ra. And 4 and Isis come out. And a lovely stun there from Ymir will save the life of Anher. I've jumped over the wall at this point. Coming over, managed to get a few hits. Going for Apollo. Will I dive? No, I didn't dive there. Now, was it Apollo? No, it's Isis. So, playing it safe, decided not to dive. Didn't probably my skills on cooldown, and Ymir's just gonna go down. But with a lovely pick off there by Ra as well. So we kind of that little engagement. We picked a 1-1 now. Sobek coming out. Guan Yu's I'm on top of Sobek. I'm coming in there with a Brutalize and a Desert Fury as well. So that was a was it a 2-2, 2-1? 2-1. Yes, it was a 2-1 there, and I'm picking up a little gold camp quickly. So, ideally as a jungler as well, for people that don't know, the moment you're not killing or going for a gank, you should be killing creeps. You should be farming. You should be doing something. You should actively be on the map as a presence. Now, kind of where I play a little Dota 2. Dota 2's a very high importance on farming, especially for carries. Dota 2, for anyone that doesn't know, is so focused on farm that literally you will keep supports out of lane so they don't get any XP or any gold, so your carries can get up. And it literally is end game. It's who farmed the most or who farmed the fastest. That's kind of how Dota 2 kind of works out there. Obviously, you've got supports with the skills that kind of help out a little bit more. But that's just how it works. So you kind of, if you play other MOBAs, you can kind of like, it's transferable skills pretty much. So Thor's going up. Where is he going to go? He's probably going to go down for the Ymir. I don't see him coming down for the On Her. Does manage to get into lane. Apollo comes down for the On Her as well. Sobek misses his charge. So Beautiful comes out and a spin will pick up On Her as well. Spin to win obviously pushed me back on the Fenrir. And he's kind of... So it's good habits to get in. The instant you get out of lane, obviously as a jungler, you can heal up in the... So Sobek here obviously went under the tower. I had Ragnarok up and pulled him back under. As soon as he got tower aggro, I knew get him into the tower. Obviously there was none of his creeps around, so it's quite good. Guan Yu goes in there for an ultimate onto 4. They just want to obviously lock down 4 and kill the jungler. 4 is a really strong jungler, obviously with his movement speed and everything like that. I think I decided to back out, or did I die? I died for some weird reason. Obviously if you looked in the player cam, you can kind of see where I died. So 4's back out. Missing a little bit of action going off in here. So Ymir's kind of standing around Athena and Apollo. Guan Yu there. So they're both tanky. So they really, I don't think they can kill anybody off. So they just kind of need to get out as per se. So let's just kind of little look at the ward coverage going on. Their ward coverage so far, it's good. If you kind of see here, I have some aggressive wards. You can't see here, but you can see it on the minimap right where that yellow pointer is. There's a ward here. I've kind of started now at this point. I think I started a little bit earlier. Counter warding or warding up the enemy's buffs. So my plan for this is to ward the enemy buff. So as soon as 4 goes into the buff, I either back or have a teleport scroll on me. So you can see at the minute I have a teleport scroll on me. Just to kind of get in there, give some more harassment. So there's a lovely stun coming out there from Ymir going out, Guan Yu using Tao Lu Assault, and Desert Fury to the back of the head will take down Apollo. Sobek rotating in. 4's over there, should pick up Guan Yu, obviously Berserker's Barrage. No, Guan Yu manages to get away. Obviously a heal's going to come out. I've appeared in the battle. I'm going after 4, leaving Sobek behind. So I'm going for a bit of a 2v2. This is a bad situation to be in. I need to kind of get out of this. I do decide to kind of run at this point, but I am going to get chased down, stunned, and so yeah, take it on. You can see there, bad judgment by me. Stick with your team. They decided to back off. I could have stayed with the team, prevented actually myself from getting killed. Obviously taking 2 stunners on is really difficult as well, especially with Isis actually being, her 2 is quite strong. And at this point, I kind of wanted to teleport over to the buff, but my ward had run out. So now the blue side have got so many wards on this, on the left hand side. So the opposing team to me has got so many wards. I don't believe anybody but me is buying wards on my team. So the jungler's buying the wards. Fair enough, I'm around everywhere, but it's a team effort, guys. You kind of need to. Everybody needs to buy wards. All the carries, all the marriage. All the carries, all the mages. So on her taking a little bit of damage. Could have a taunt come out there. No, does not. Stun from Ymir coming out. Uses his ultimate to slow him down. Pushes Sobek towards the tower. Maybe on her there could have used the impale to push Sobek into tower range. Decided not to. It's going to pick up on her there. So it's just like them split second judgments. Do you stun? Do you not? And what you kind of see, if you've pushed that, the Sobek towards the tower, he's kind of in tower range if you impale him. So that kind of works there. Ymir coming out, just harassing Sobek so much. And in the mid lane here, Ra's going to get caught off a little bit here as I jump over the wall. Should pick up an Isis. I do manage to steal an Isis kill. Grab 4 as well. Ra's kind of caught that one in, and I managed to pick up. Well, we managed to pick up a double kill. I don't know who actually got the kills there. I think Ra did. At least got the last one. So there, managed to turn it around a little bit. Still ahead in gold and kills. I'm picking up more. So you see straight away out of lane, straight on the buff. Did I reset that? No, I don't think I reset that. So it's Apollo versus Ra. Ra's actually hitting all the attacks. Apollo's missing quite a few of his, and then a slow coming out from Ra is also. He's just so close there. Ra was doing a very good job. Misses the snipe, unfortunately, but nonetheless did really well. On her's come around there, just kind of, I checked the minimap just to have a little look, and then impaled Apollo just to finish that off. So they secured another kill. Good team, good team. So we see more counter jungling by me. Obviously, I'm picking up all the little gold camps he's not got. Trying to counter jungle as much as possible. Kind of like a jungler's thing. You either gank, counter jungle, or kill the other jungle. So just keep farming. Obviously, clear your buffs, and if you can prioritize their buffs over yours, that's a good little thing as well. So we should see a ward going down by me. You won't see it on the screen, but you will see it on the mini map. So I've got both. I've got all 3 buffs apart from the blue buff warded up. So there was my 3 coming out there. There's a stun by 4 coming out onto Ra. Ra's in a little bit of a situation. Probably going to get his slow off before it goes up into the air. Not sure. Yeah, not sure what kind of Ra turned around. Kind of gets stuck. Managed to juke the 4 ultimate there. Gets stunned again. Apollo's coming in. He doesn't really have much of a chance now. This should be so beautiful coming out. No, so beautiful. But 4 manages to pick that one up. So where are we going to see everybody else? So I'm picking up my red buff. On her, as actually going to be pushing the left lane tower down now. We'll actually get that away. So we managed to secure. That's our first tower of the game. So now we're even on towers. We're ahead by a few. How much are we ahead? So we're ahead about 2,000 gold. So he's on her messing around with 4 as well. It's nice to kind of get him whittled down. Is he actually going to do anything? No, I don't think on her at the minute. Obviously with Isis coming in, it's going to kind of stop him. Decides to back out. Obviously, 4 could have teleported in there. Used Berserker's Barrage, cause a bit more damage. Decides not to. Obviously knows his damage buff is up. So we see the damage buff up here. I think this is the point when possibly I kind of did something. Did I? Yeah. So I've backed. Or no, just teleported. So there, I teleported in. Coming on. So you'd have seen it on the camera. Now I'm just chasing for kills actually. So here's Apollo coming in. Use the Ragnarok. And got Aegis out of that one. Now, because Apollo's here, I kind of wanted to get my Brutalize off, but now I'm just backing out. So it's, I did steal the red buff, if you can see 4 at the minute. So I managed to steal the red buff off him. Now I'm going for his movement speed buff, so I'm really counter jungling pretty hard now. So he's losing quite a lot of buffs, and I do believe I will be going over to steal his blue buff. Well, like I said, I told you, steal his blue buff. Now, what I've done, kind of build-wise, I think I've done a bit backwards. I should have gone Heartseeker before Voidblade. Now, for those of you that don't know, a lot of junglers are picking up Heartseeker now. If you can kind of stay alive, it's a good thing. Obviously, I've not been doing too. I didn't do too well, but then again, now I've been making silly mistakes at the start. So I still kind of feel it's beneficial. I will be solo. It looks like I am soloing the Gold Fury at this point. So while all that's going on, there's a bit of engagement mid. Ymir and everybody, so they can. The opposing team now see that I've soloed the Gold Fury. There's stuns coming out from Isis, Ra, Celestial Beam. Isis using, I can't remember what that is another one. Ra ultimate, actually getting 3 or 4 people there. Guan Yu using his ult on top. Not too much. I at this point was still jungling. I should have rotated over. I've seen there was a big team action going on. Honor goes down. Where am I? I'm back. Now, where wards come into effect. If there was any wards anywhere nearby, I could have TP scrolled straight in. Okay, I was at the point. I think I had some gold on me. I don't know exactly how much I had. Maybe not. I don't know. I might have had some gold on me. But if you kind of ward the jungle, you open up so much more options. Fair enough, you've got your vision. That's just one benefit of coming in, managed to grab Isis. Should finish that one off. Yeah, nicely. I think we leave Athena alone and then just kind of back off. So you see kind of like the jungler mentality coming out there as well. Jungling a bit too hard. Okay, I'm ahead of the other team. I should be able to support my team now, obviously, when stuff's going up. So I've just seen my buffs are coming up. I want to get them back. There, Apollo is grabbing my blue buff, so I think I get quite surprised. I'm thinking, where did that go by the time I rolled over? So there's should be like a... Yeah, we're not doing too well. No, we are doing well. I keep forgetting which team I'm actually on because I'm so used to blue. Ra Celestial Beam does miss the Athena. Athena gets away a little bit. Ra gets thrown into tower range, then gets spun out. Guan Yu, I don't believe will catch. Oh, he does have his ultimate. Look at it, boy. Go. Finishes her off nicely. And that counts. So, 4 manages to pick up Ra during that meantime. Honor pins him up against the pillar. Now, Sobek coming in. It's just kind of... that's kind of a bad situation as well in some respect, that what the Sobek did there. Okay, so 4 is low. I guess that was just a missed jump. 4's low. Getting taken a lot of damage from, obviously, on her there. And then your Sobek throws on her into 4, closing the gap. Now what Sobek could have done was spin him out of the way, spin on her away. But obviously I think he just wants to get the kill. And then obviously if he tries to chase 4, then you can obviously charge after him, then throw him back, just back towards his own base. Just to kind of keep him going. And yeah, just that much. It's where to use your charge and how to use it. You can use the charge for 2 rings, bringing the enemy closer to your carries, or defending them, pulling them away. So we got some more action going on. I've still got another ward. There's no buff to actually get yet, so is the red buff coming up? I think I decided to get my red buff first. I think this is a bad decision by me coming up. I think I decided just to TP over straight away. Obviously, with the 2 of them, they managed to get that up quite quick, but I will be appearing nowhere. Okay, so I decided, yeah. Look, this late decision making. I've left the red buff here, so the red buff's not going to respawn. That was poor. So I should have either made the jump to go when I did straight away. So now I'm kind of segregated off from the rest of my team. Jump over the wall, go after, who have I grabbed? I've grabbed the Phoenix. So I've grabbed the tank, pulled the tank away. Actually, so Ra, have I pulled it away? No, I've pulled the Phoenix towards us, going after 4. ISIS did manage to get pull up. It's kind of weird knowing you're on the red team, meaning you have to go up. So 4 should get taken down here. Yeah, it does go down. Athena in another sticky situation. Brutalize on Athena. I don't think we're going to secure this one, though. Not unless we get a tower dive. Now, if Ymir had gone in, and he does go in now, if we'd probably gone in a bit earlier, we'd have all kind of pounced. But, late delay. I'm taking the movement speed buff here. Quickly, just it's still counter jungling. I want to keep that 4 down pretty low. 4 is still the highest on their team at level 14 and 8,400 gold. Everyone else has been pretty destroyed at the minute. Apollo is flying around. Obviously, he's going after on her. On her is a bit now. No, he was a bit segregated, but then just brought it all back. So our goal now is about 7k ahead. Just I'm 3k ahead. So there's 4k on the rest of the team. We're going on, so it gets pushed back, Mr. Pillar, but there was a lovely ISIS stun coming out there on her. On her just couldn't really get away from that one. It's just stuck. So there was just kind of overstaying your welcome, obviously pushing forward too much. You got to keep an eye on the respawn timers. You stay until the respawns get out, then you pull back, then reassess the situation. Now we lost 2 people there from overextending. You get in, get your kills, get out. I believe once 4 died, that's it, just pull out. I think it was tanks on tanks. There's no point staying there. And in the meantime, our Ra has actually pushed up the left-hand tower as well. So now we're 4 towers ahead? No, 3 towers ahead. 3 towers ahead, which is good. But now, obviously, he's coming back. Athena and Sobek. I wouldn't have said the most damaging pair, but the most annoying pair, probably. Obviously, the flings, the taunts. Picking up another Gold Fury during this time as well. Just no one's warding it, no one's contention. So ISIS come over here. So this is pretty much of a sticky situation for Ra. Needs to push out a little bit more. Obviously he's getting his slow out, then gets taunted out on her. Manages to kind of pull back, and they're grabbing my movement speed buff while they're see. Sobek's making a good decision. Obviously decided not to chase, and then picks up movement speed buff, but then loses it as well. So their Apollo also pushed mid during this whole engagement. I'm over on the left hand side with 4. This actual, you'd have actually maybe seen it in the player cam. I was fighting 4 and then DC'd. I literally ulted onto him and DC'd, and this is the point where I think I had about 40 Heartseeker stacks, and then they're gone. Just that. It wasn't even a DC. The client crashed. Yeah, Ymir coming out there doing some stuff. So that has put me behind. Obviously, I should be reconnecting anytime soon, but now I should be reconnecting the map now. So 4's going up into the air. Obviously, with that, Athena ultimate manages to keep him alive, so he could get up. Obviously, he's managed to get out alive. Athena's kind of caught off in a bad situation. Could have been I don't know if there was any kind of cooldowns up in the water. Isis ultimate just gonna keep everybody away. On her, needs to kind of pull back, obviously taking a little bit too much damage. Sobek in range will finish that one off. Yeah, that's it. The Sobek ultimate does do a lot of damage to you as a carry. So you can kind of see I'm still on the mini-map as present in time because I'm still like DC'd. That's it. I think maybe am I still dead there? So no, it's just a circle. So we managed to pick off an Athena during that moment. And see them Isis stuns. Them Isis stuns into a team fight are quite strong, obviously, because it's an AoE stun. If it detonates on a lot of people, you may get in pushed up. Now this point here, you can go, but just think you've got 2 tanks versus 2 damage dealers. Okay, 2 tanks and a mage versus an AD carry, a mage, and a tank under a tower. Okay, there's nothing you're gonna do. Fair enough that Isis messed up really badly there. It's gonna get a stealth kind of caught out. There's not much you can do. Guan Yu's ultimate is going to come out. They should finish that one up. Ra's coming up. But they've pushed this engagement more than they needed to. Picking up 2 kills, I'd have kind of... Didn't... Right, okay. So the engagement went off better than it should have. Alright, they're the points where you're stuck under the tower. You can either kind of stay there, keep pushing forward. Oh, okay, you can keep pushing, but... I always look at those moments, right, you stalemated there, they've got more DPS than you, they're under a tower, you got to just back off before you lose anybody. Lucky enough they didn't lose anybody because they were so tanky, obviously. Maybe if Athena had charged straight onto Guan Yu, she might have done it, and then the Ra's picking up their blue buff as well at the same time. Well, why not? While you're there, pick up the buffs. So now I'm back in the game, as we can see, and because he's dead, is not going to pick up his red buff. So we won't be needing that sucker. So I'm going to have that, take that away from him. Just want to... The red buff is strong throughout the game because it's a Oh man, my nose. Percentage-based increase in damage. So it works out really well. Obviously, Honor and Apollo here fighting out. I saw Apollo use his moves and Mesmerize. So Brutalize is safe. So I can get away with that. Obviously, just get some DPS out, and then an Impale comes out as well. So need to be... we need to get out. We've got our kill, get out. Thor's obviously coming in. So you see the rotation in. Just kind of got caught out just a little bit too much here. Am I going to get caught out again? I'm just trying to run. That's my job. So I'm using a Brutalize to get away. My leap should be coming off cooldown anytime soon. Now I'm kind of like pinned up. Just trying to get some auto attacks off for some life steal. And then I managed to get a leap away. Sling charge, get thrown up in the air. Now, use Brutalize to try and get out, but obviously because Sobek was in the way, I kind of got caught out there as well. So the game's kind of turning a little bit on us, as you can see. Thor's obviously got out of there, but Guan Yu managed to pick that one up as he's coming from the side, using his ultimate, going up onto Sobek and Athena. Isis obviously silencing that, coming out there. Spin the tail whip from Sobek, just flicking everybody up. Ra getting out there, he's doing a good job actually. He's getting ahead, slow him up for everybody else. Guan Yu, they're just chasing, so we need to check on the respawn timers. So now Apollo's just coming up, they need to be careful. Now what you'll see a lot in ranked matches, and just general casual matches as well, when people kind of think, okay, we're even, let's push mid. Everybody is so encompassed in middle. They just want to push the mid lane, and even when there's like 3 or 4 people under the Phoenix, and they're like 3 or maybe less. So we've got Apollo pushing up the left lane. We'll take that down. Obviously, Apollo's a great split pusher. We'll take that down before anybody kind of gets it. But okay, you're a mage and 2 tanks. You're not going to push that Phoenix. There's no reason, no need for 3 people to stay there. Okay, you need to pull back, regroup, push objectives. Gold Fury's up. Take the Gold Fury. Get a few kills. Take the Fire Giant. Obviously, with the main DPS is down. Maybe if they kind of get a call out. So I'm coming in from the side. I can't remember what I actually did. So there's the Isis stun there. Manages to stun 2 or 3 of them. It's quite a well, actually, a few of us. We did manage to pick up Athena and Isis. Obviously, with the extra DPS coming in here. I don't think I got brutalized, but I do have Ragnarok pulling back. And the Guan Yu picks up a triple kill during that situation. Now 3 people are dead. Fire Giant. Even though it's kind of It is the ADs. The ADs are kind of the risky one. But you see, they're just hanging around middle. They're sitting around middle too long, okay? We've got other objectives we can push. We can push the other towers. You're not going to push out versus... Well, you could tower dive, obviously, with the 2. If we kind of all stayed as 4, we could have pushed that one. But we've got other objectives we can take. So, like, the fire giant's up, and that door is creaking, obviously, from the wind. So, we've got a fire giant up. So, take the fire giant. Now, the problem we've got with the fire giant is we don't have a hog. Okay, if you can kind of see, there's a hog, so we obviously need to be careful of a steal. So we're going for it. Obviously, there's a ward there. I see 4 coming in. Now I kind of at this point know he's sitting around just waiting to try and get the steal off. I believe I do go for the 4. There was a lovely wall. It kind of hammers in. I kind of brutalised through the wall to try and stop it. But the Berserker's Barrage, as you can see, without the hog, the Berserker's Barrage come in and stole that fire giant buff from us. Give it to 3 members of the blue team. Okay, so the Isis, Apollo, and Athena all have the fire giant buff, and we're without. Now, I think I said it in the chat, that it's 30 minutes into a game. Okay, that hog should have been at the minimum level 2. Alright, you need to catch objectives. For like support, you need to prioritize. If you've got a hog, at least have it at level 2. Fair enough, level 3 kind of get away. Kind of look at it, every 10 minutes into the game, upgrade a level. Or every 15 minutes into the game. Every 15 minutes into the game is a good one. Upgrade a level on the active. That's a good amount. Ra just gets picked up there, obviously owned. I kind of come in to get Ra. Need to get out. Just get out. Ymir's coming in. Ymir's chasing down. Ymir... So we've got an overzealous Ymir. You can't chase down. You need to look where your team is. Obviously, there's 4 versus 3. I do manage to pick up an ISIS kill here, but as soon as I pick up that ISIS kill, I know get out. We're outmatched. We just need to kind of get out. I didn't want to come back. I'd have much rather not got that ISIS kill. I even popped my armor to get out of there. I did not want to die. Obviously, just leaving Ymir to die there. It was either 1 or 2. So Guan Yu's back over. Helping him out. A lovely wall for graphics glitch there. Spin the wind gonna come out a bit late on there, but Apollo's so mesmerized, so beautiful, and also the Athena ult gonna finish that one off. Athena didn't actually get in it in the meantime, just picking up the red buff just to kind of cause some extra damage. Also picking up the red buff stops them getting the red buff and everything, so you just gotta look at everything as a counter. You're taking objectives to stop the opposing team to take objectives. So I'm trying to... I haven't really picked apart too much about the teams that I think in this video. I'll probably pick up a little bit more on the actual teams, but we're kind of talking about the Apollo's doing good. Obviously, split push as much as you can. AD carries. Ranged AD carries, split push, no head. Especially if you've got global ults like 4, Apollo. Even Athena could split push. Obviously, not the most effective tower taker, but you got them global ultimates. Use them. Get out of there. Get everything down. So builds wise, we can look at some builds while I kind of have a look at Apollo follow count. So he's just trying to get out of there a little bit. Using his ultimate to get out. So you see what I mean by split push. He's got the tower. Obviously, he stayed a little bit longer than he kind of needed to. Should have just kind of... As soon as you see someone coming, out. But then again, he doesn't know who's coming in. So we're starting to see a turnaround in game. We're still... The red team, and me, of course, is still 7k ahead in gold. I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting up to a full build. I picked up Battle of Hope, obviously, for just... You kind of need to build Fenrir a bit tanky, obviously. I don't know what it is. My nose is starting to block, and then it clears. Really weird. Okay, so I've only got level 1 beads as well. I could do with actually picking up some more actives myself. The whole blue team have actually filled up their actives. So nice stun, wall coming out, so there's the double stun combo. I'm just going after Isis. I'm going after damage dealers, pretty much. So I use a rain rock for that. I leaped out. Where did I go? Why was I going there? Going out. Then I'm just kind of DPS on Athena. Then I'm going back for Isis again. So pick your target. Stop going for tanks and go for that. So we managed to pick up Athena and Isis as well. So, but the fact that Athena died means Athena's being focused. So we managed to kind of get... Did we get the 4? No, he teleports out with the smidgest of health. So there's 4 people on there. Now this is the point where I'd say pick up the the Sobek. I was trying to kind of circle around. Thor's actually going home, so I don't know where I was going actually. I think I kind of just left the Sobek. Left the Sobek kill at this point. Kind of went, it's pointless. What am I doing at this point in time? And then I just kind of backed. I don't know why. Could have picked up that Sobek kill. So you see, even I'm picking it myself. Now if I had stayed there, we'd have picked up that Sobek kill. Now they're pushing up middle a bit too far again. Obviously, you've got to see the respawn timers are going to be coming up soon. Obviously, 4's backed, and you've got about 14 seconds, obviously. There's no wards out again. I need some wards. I need more wards. No ward coverage. Everybody's ward coverage is getting a bit lax. I've picked up 3 wards. I don't believe anybody else in my team's picked up any wards yet. But then again, that just could be my arrogance, obviously. Buffing myself up there, just saying, you need to pick some wards up. Obviously, at this point, junglers... Obviously, after about like the 15 minute mark, 20 minute mark, junglers do not have priority over buffs. So this here, you can see what I mean. People just gravitate towards the mid lane. So it's 2 versus 5. They're going to go down. Obviously, the Fina ult goes out there. Ra goes out as well. If everybody's not there, don't be there. There's no need for you to be there. And there's no tower to take down. Obviously, there's a Phoenix, but... You got to remember, the other team... Oh no, I think we actually managed to clear out all the fire giants at buffs at that point. But stop gravitating towards the mid lane. There's other objectives. Grab the side lane towers. Grab a tower. If they're all under the tower trying to defend it, one person goes to another tower. And why am I blinking over there? So Apollo did go down. I don't know how we actually managed to get... no, a 4 actually managed to go down. On her went down, sorry. I get flung up straight away. Guan Yu's ult coming out there. I'm just pretty much, at this point, running to stay out of the Sobek ultimate. So there's the Isis ult as well. Ymir's ult doing not a lot of damage, but he's taking a lot as well in situation. I'm just going for the damage deals. Obviously, I've gone for 4 straight away, trying to get hold of him. Should manage to get him. Brutalized coming out there, so we will see that. So they're all chasing me. Obviously, everyone's chasing the damage dealers. So we've got the Sobek. Guan Yu there. I'm kind of just juking, just trying to run around. Obviously, get over the walls. Use the leaps to your advantage. I don't know where I'm going at the minute. I think I'm just running up to some buffs. So Guan Yu's backed out. Does manage to get away, luckily, and Ra respawning now. Now that door's finally slammed shut. So if you could have heard that, you're not going to hear the door anymore. And then Ra walks into perfect charge range from Sobek. And is he going to get picked up? Should get picked up here. It should have a taunt coming out from Athena. And then the Isis. Actually, I can't remember what that's called. I think it's the 1 anyway. There's a lot of damage. So I warded the red buff and then backed. So there was it. So it's small. I was kind of messing around with my last item here. I wasn't sure, like, no, with the Jotun's Wrath, Titan's Bane. I kind of... There's not many times you get this far. It's more situational. Could have probably picked up like a Deathbringer, a bit more damage. But I went for some pen instead. Obviously, I've got my boots and Jotun's Wrath. So here's Apollo. He was trying to solo the fire giant, but at the 37-minute mark, one ranged AD can't solo the fire giant. It's that debuff he puts on there, obviously with the minus lifesteal. Ice just coming out of the 1. I'm jumping in. Obviously, see, I'm just... I picked up Athena. Because they were close together, it was just a little bit more difficult, but just got to go for your damage dealers. So I picked up the Isis. 4 obviously lands on my head. I managed to leap away. Sobek spin coming out. Now I'm just trying to run. So yeah, I get out of there. 4 obviously got out of the way. Desert Fury did manage to take him out. It was so low health. Does manage to pick that one off in the end with the Ymir ultimate. Obviously zoning as well. Ymir's ultimate is great for slowing, zoning, and everything like that. I backed, and because I have... Look, I have a ward here. I should be jumping into this fight anytime soon. Bingo. Here I am. The beauty of wards. Straight away. Bang. I'm straight there into the team fight. Managed to help pick up that Athena kill. And you can see the benefit from it. Now, with the wards, the visual bit there, I don't know if the opposing team can see that. It'd be interesting to see. I'd like to know if they can obviously see that. Did I see my ward? So for some reason my wards are actually showing up now. So mixed text. So but you see what's going on here. They're kind of focused mid again. Obviously I'm focused mid. Kind of messed up that Ra ultimate. Obviously I'm putting that Ragnarok. And Ra was kind of complaining at me at this point. So at least we're actually picking up the objectives, running back. Ra doesn't need to be there now. Ra should back away. There's no point in being there. Everyone's going to pick up the side objectives, pick up more. If anything, we can either... we could probably push the Phoenix. I'm still picking up that buff. But at least we'll split pushing. It's kind of... Oh man, nice. So, Apollo's doing quite a lot of damage to the Ymir. Ymir should be tanky enough to do that. Obviously, he's only got one physical damage item. So, it's just going to get picked up there. So, Ymir and Honor getting picked up really easy. You just need to keep, like I say, you need to keep an eye on the respawn timers. Because if you're up at the Phoenix and the respawns are all kind of everyone come out, you could see there he was on a... Oh, my nose. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ra gets picked up there by 4 as well. Also, me and Guan Yu kind of sticking around. Now, how else do we do this? So I'm going in there a little bit. But, yeah, like I say, the respawn comes in. They can quite easily switch up on you and rotate. I don't believe I can actually get out at this point. No, and I go down. So, there's standing around too much. Now, even me and Guan Yu looked at there and we could have backed out. Obviously, I was kind of looking around, obviously, for like the Gold Fury attempt. Don't want to let them get away with that. Now they're going for the Fire Giant, getting the second Fire Giant. We've got no contestation. Okay, so we've got no. Our Hog we got no wards to teleport over there. So our only chance to steal that is back at base. So we can't actually get out there. We've got no ward coverage, no sight, no option for teleport scrolls. It's warding. You can see I'm harping about the warding, but you can see so much that how warding now is much more than sight. It's transportation, obviously, and a great one as well. Just being a bit of a troll, put your wards down underneath the Fire Giant's feet. Okay, if you put it between the feet, they actually have to DPS the Fire Giant to get to the ward. It's one of the ones you have to kind of move around. It's not too sure. We're still ahead in gold, but that's mainly me and Ra. Everyone else kind of head down low. You've also noticed that in the new meta, the ranged ADs are the ones that kind of suffer a little bit. Obviously, the Apollo's not doing too bad because he's picked up 10 kills. On-Her's died 13 times, so it's not doing really well for us at the minute. Picking up. I wouldn't. He's got 5 items down. He's got Ninja Tabby, but no Deathbringer. So he's got all this penetration, but no damage. So you need, for a ranged AD, Deathbringer is really crucial. It's one of the ones. Okay, you want to be picking up about your 4th item. Okay, so you get your. The way I kind of look at it, you get your boots, you get your lifesteal, you get your penetration, and then you get your damage. So if you get the execution up, then so basically a good common ranged AD build that just gets picked up again is Warriors Heavy Boots. On her isn't one that I would say would need to pick up. Ninja Tabby obviously with a crit. Maybe Artemis picks it up. That'd be quite good. So we lose Ymir in that process, and a lot more just kind of everything going down. And I'm trying to do as much as I can here at this point, but at this point here, I know the game's over. Okay, I'm still fighting. But you kind of you weigh up your teammates. You know what they can do and what they can't do. I'm picking up my build's so dodgy. I'm picking up a really light Deathbringer for actual damage. Obviously, I wanted to get a bit more tanky. Done my damage early on. I picked up 14 kills during the game, so it's not been too bad. But yeah, like I said, the standard. Guan Yu's just gonna go down. A standard ranged AD build, boots, Devourer's gloves. Make sure you get Warrior Tabby boots. Them that penetrate, that 15 pen is a lot better than the 6 crit, unless in exceptional cases, maybe like Artemis, obviously with crit stacking. That's the only time I could really see it kind of be worth it. There's a few other times possibly where I'm just gonna get dove here and maybe the end of that. So you got your Warrior Tabby boots, your Devourer's gloves, Executioner, then you bang straight into that Deathbringer. That's where a lot of damage comes from. Then after that, you can pick up obviously Chin's Blade, Titan's Bane, and all that lot. Just to, what it does is those items like Chin's Blades, Titan's Bane, they boost the damage that you're already doing, but you need the Deathbringer to actually, that's so much physical damage in the game that you kind of need, that you just need it. There's no doubt about it. They've managed to pull the gold back on us. Now we're about 4k behind, 4k ahead, and 2 kills ahead. Obviously, we're doing we're doing all right. Obviously, we're behind in towers now. That's how they've caught up on us. They've not really ever once gone for the Gold Fury. Now the Gold Fury is lower now. It's got less health, she gains less health per minute that the game's on. I believe they're probably going to like push the win. Now at this point I was trying to split push up to get another tower, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. So they pushed in. I should be coming in at some point. I think it's just kind of, it'll be over by the time I get here. So yeah, so I picked up Apollo, dragging him into the well. Didn't actually get him into the well in the end, but all due respect. So you can kind of see that, try and get some like mentality going in the ranked matches. Obviously try and stop focusing the mid lane. Look where objectives are, pick up more objectives. If there's a Gold Fury up, grab the Gold Fury. You don't need everybody to go for the Gold Fury. You only need 2 people to go for it. Ranged AD, support possibly. Most of the time after like it's about, well, you're about level 15. I find level 15 is like the key time. Like I find that you can solo the Gold Fury, but if you can get it before that, get it before that. So we just kind of look at some of the stats. But yeah, so Isis died 14 times obviously, but she's got a lot of assists out there. On her, wasn't really, so for out of all these kind of like assists in the team fights, on her wasn't there. It was also pretty much least on farm. I can kind of understand that in a way, because I know obviously with the current meta that ranged ADs obviously are in the only ranged ADs and one support are in a duo lane. That means straight away they're behind the rest of the game. Straight away the ranged AD's behind. And you're trying to get some extra farm up as much as you can. Player damage there, the Ra doing loads of player damage. Ymir actually doing more damage than me, but then Ymir was putting himself in a lot of like dangerous situations, but then that ultimate comes out, it's quite nice. Fenrir is not too good in a team fight now. He's pretty much early game and just harass. But yeah, so I hope you guys have kind of liked a bit of insight. I kind of want to get on and do these a little bit more. I feel these are a bit more insightful than just my gameplay, because obviously if I've actually worked it right, the player camera, obviously my point of view is down the bottom in the left hand, and then you can obviously see the overview with the spectator mode as well, and pretty much see most of the fight. Probably my spectator mode wasn't that well controlled. So if you guys actually like this, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to it, check it out. Also like the video, leave comments if you want to leave any feedbacks on what we can also improve, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.